Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Walking with J.Beau. Got an interesting walk to do with regard to conversation. It's going to be a basic 5-mile walk. Been feeling a little fatigued from doing so much walking. Could have taken today off, but it's a nice day and there aren't very many of these left. It's 85 degrees today. Dew point is about 60. Humidity is moderate, so it's not oppressive. And it's warm. It's definitely warm. So anyway, we're gonna walk today, just a basic 5-mile route. Kind of very interesting news day yesterday, obviously. I listened to President Trump's live interview last night. He discussed what happened with the second assassination attempt. And I'm very disgusted with the media, who is trying to belittle this as an attempt because the person was thwarted before he could actually shoot, so somehow that doesn't make it a valid assassination attempt with them. And the truth of the matter is, it was a second assassination attempt. Everybody knows it. But they're worried that it's going to help Trump in the polls, so they have to discredit it. And it's going to be out of the news cycle after today, especially with the P. Diddy blackmail sex ring thing that I guess is going to make the Epstein one look ridiculous. So we're going to have to wait and see who's on that list. You already got liberals on the internet saying, oh, he had a couple of pictures taken with Trump before and he really liked Trump. Oh, yeah, okay. Trump's taking pictures with thousands of people. Doesn't mean anything. So, anyway, crazy world we're in. So we're going to walk on today, and I want to make a couple of corrections from yesterday. The guy that was going to be the shooter, Ryan Routh, the rifle he had was an SKS rifle, a basic Cold War era rifle, very effective combat weapon. It was one that had a longer barrel, so it would have done the job. But they had it in an aftermarket polymer technical stock. So you could get one of those old Chinese SKS or Russian SKS or Yugoslav or whatever one you want to have. And you can remove the stock from it and put it in a polymer modern technical stock, which is what this guy did. And that allows for a scope or optic to be mounted on the top, something not easily done without changing the stock. So that's what we had for that. So it was a 7.62 by 39, which is comparable to a 30-30 Winchester, if you're wondering. And what's interesting about it is Eric Trump was on the Megyn Kelly show on YouTube. I don't know if you watch Megyn Kelly or not. Sometimes she has kind of strange information in there that's not completely accurate, but I'd say 90-95% of the time she's spot on. So some of the things she says on there, though, she just doesn't get it. Even though she's still supporting the same things we support, sometimes she says things where she just doesn't get it. So, but anyway, I'm not really criticizing her overtly. But she is entertaining to watch. I enjoy it. And she had Eric Trump on there. And he was talking about that golf course, which is Trump International in West Palm Beach. And he was explaining that the hole that the Secret Service agent was at, if Trump had been playing golf on that, he would have only been 40 yards away from the shooter. 40 yards. I didn't mispronounce that or missay it. The media was reporting 300 yards because that's where Trump was when the shooting started with Secret Service. See, the Secret Service had an advance team up ahead to the next hole, which is where they spotted the shooter. So when that happened, Trump was about 200 to 300 yards away. But that is not where the shooter was planning to shoot the distance of. You follow what I'm saying? Because it was in between hole 5 and 6. You can Google that. It has a map with the holes listed for Trump International in West Palm Beach golf course. And so Trump is at number 5. The advance team goes ahead to the next hole to check things out, make sure it's safe. And they find the shooter's rifle sticking through the fence, waiting for Trump. So the Secret Service agent opened fire immediately. He was never fired at. And that guy took off. So it was an assassination attempt, okay? He just didn't get a shot off. It doesn't really change that. It may legally, for his defense, which I'll get into that in a minute, which is, this is how crazy we are with due process sometimes, but it's the law, so I guess I'll have to be okay with it. But anyway, Eric Trump said that shooter would have had Trump on the 6th hole through that fence at 40 yards, he said. He said, I have golfed on that course many times. I'm very familiar with it. I know exactly where he was. And he goes, I'm telling you, that's how it would have been. So I will believe Eric Trump over CNN, and you should as well. So, you know, the other issue here is these Secret Service agents have pistols, okay? Pistols are effective 40 yards, I'd say, generally speaking. Pretty much most pistols, unless you get a 6-inch barrel or something, then maybe you get a little more. But these guys don't have rifles. And, because Trump's not the president, so. But they're gonna have to change how they do things, that much is obvious. Because these same things could happen to Kamala, could happen to RFK, could happen to anybody that's running for the presidency or any office. So they're gonna have to change how they do things rather than being reactive. Thanks. They have to be preemptive somehow. So maybe a wider perimeter, kind of a grounds check before people show up. So there's a lot of people on the internet crying foul about The fact that this guy was in his position for 12 hours before that happened. And I talked about it a little bit yesterday. Let's switch this around here. Switch this around. As I'm wearing my Halloween shirt, because it feels Halloween-y. And so anyway, this is a shirt that's kind of seasonal for me. Really love the Halloween movie and John Carpenter films in general. But anyway, this person was at that hole 12 hours, would have had a clear sight line, an easy shot for pretty much anybody. Plus he had a scope. I assume he was sighted for 40 yards, which would not faction off really that much at all if you were sighted for 100 yards. So anybody that shoots knows that from personal experience, I would hope. And it's like walking on ball bearings. Look at all these acorns. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of acorns right through the deer crossing here. So, you know, it's like Mother Nature knows. The deer know where the acorns are. So, anyway, this is one of those things that the FBI, I guess, pinged his phone because they got his phone number, and they pinged his phone as being there for 12 hours where the rifle was found. So he was there for 12 hours. But his phone was there for 12 hours. He might have had it in the backpack, walked off to eat someplace nearby, you know. It's pretty well hidden inside those bushes. Nobody would see that from the road. So they should have had canine teams sweep that area before Trump played golf. They would have caught him there. See? So that's what they're talking about, being more preemptive rather than reactive. Because you get all this technology now. These people can see on Google Maps the map layout of the place. You can do street views. I mean, everybody's done that, right? So you do street views and you can pick out places to hide. And I'm pretty sure that's what this guy did. And so you have to be more preemptive rather than reactive. Reacting after somebody starts shooting, that's good and everything, but it's better off to prevent somebody from shooting. So they're going to change how they do things, and they'll get it right. They will. And so they got this guy's phone number from his Facebook page. He didn't have it publicly made available, but apparently he had made a post for somebody else that wanted to buy something from him. So he posted his phone number to text him. And that's how they got his phone number to ping that he was there for 12 hours. So that's how that went down, according to the press conference yesterday. And I urge people to watch those press conferences. Plenty of replays available on YouTube. So anyway, with that, I guess Trump, rightfully, and the Trump family as well, have made it a point to let people know that Trump has had an assassination attempt twice, and nobody has tried to do that to any Democrat. And that this is because of the rhetoric that the Democrats are spewing about Trump being a dictator, ending democracy, literally, quote Joe Biden, literally a threat to America, Donald Trump is. So this guy was a patriot, cared about his country, and felt like he had to take out Trump to save America. And this is the freaking rhetoric that these idiots are spewing on the media, who is parroting everything themselves as fact, and pushing conspiracy theories like if Trump loses, there'll be a bloodbath. That has been debunked by the media themselves, the written media. But these people still go on TV and they don't hold Kamala accountable for spreading those lies on a national debate stage. And ABC just let them do it. And they know that's not true. So I blame the Kamala campaign, who on the internet have been exacerbating all of this by promoting these lies as truths. Out of context video editing is another favorite of theirs. And it's awful what they're doing. Nobody's holding them accountable. You know why? Because that used to be the media's job. They used to police everybody. And now they just police the right, and they let the left do whatever and say whatever they want. They let the social media profiles for prominent Democrats edit video out of context, and they create propaganda. And then they wonder why these people do the things they do. Now, in the world of Islam, in the Middle East, they do the same thing with their Muslim followers. They incite them by spewing propaganda like this, and they hope that people radicalize themselves and they go suicide themselves for their cause. That is what the Democrats are doing. Anybody that comes on TV, they're falsely coming on TV saying, oh, this isn't who we are, we don't do this, we don't promote this, and then they turn around and promote it. Well, they're lying. So blatantly obvious, right? So Joe Biden issued a statement saying, we don't condone this kind of violence, we don't want to see this, not in America, this and that. But then Biden turns around and says Trump wants to be a dictator, and he's a threat to America. And so you can't have it both ways, you know? Campaign on your damn issues. Campaign on your damn issues. Okay? Stop with the ridiculous, over-the-top propaganda, made-up bullshit, and campaign on your issues. What are your issues? Well, Kamala Harris is more of the same of what we've had. There's the issues. So that's why they can't do that. They can't campaign on the issues. They have to demonize Donald Trump and hope they win. And then try to pretend they're going to be a moderate, which they're lying. Biden did the same thing. He lied about that as well. Oh, we need to unite. We need to unify. We need to be a united country again. They say all this stuff and then they do what they do. And I don't think independent voters are falling for it. New polling out of Michigan shows Kamala in trouble. And just don't see it happening. And the other thing I want to talk about is the polling. This is really getting ridiculous at this point. Now, some of the honest polling is pretty accurate. Trump's ahead by a point or two. And the crooked polling, they have Kamala ahead by 4 points, 5 points in the popular vote. And the reason why this is comical is you can do this yourself on your free time. It's going to take a while. But research each state that is solid blue. The solid blue states, you know Kamala's going to win. And then compare it to 2020 or even last year on the numbers that Joe Biden were leading those same states. Kamala's down 6, 7, 8, sometimes 10 points behind where Biden was, and she's even polling behind Hillary in 2016. Okay, so keep that in mind. Those are the blue states that Kamala is going to win. So, thanks. Thank you. So, it's one of those things that she's polling behind Hillary and Biden, okay? That goes for Biden 2020 and Biden 2024 when he was the candidate. She's polling behind him in those blue states, okay? Because those blue states aren't going to decide the election one way or the other. They're not battleground states. So the polling companies have their polling for those states, but because they're not battleground states, they're not cheating for Kamala. It's really funny because it's a glaring mistake if you take the time to look at it. So all of a sudden, miraculously, Trump, who's polling better than he ever has as a candidate, make no mistake about that. You're not going to find anybody arguing that, even on the New York Times or Washington Post. They've also said so. Washington Post was brave enough to have an article that said Hillary and Biden are polling better than Kamala is. So, all of this is true. So Trump is polling better than he ever has. His approval is higher than it's ever been. He's more popular than he's ever been. I'm not saying he's hugely popular with a lot of people. I am just saying that, I have to wait till these cars go by here. I'm just saying that miraculously, in these battleground states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, thank you very much, that miraculously Kamala is beating Trump by a point or tied. Doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up. Doesn't make sense because it's bullshit. So I looked at RCP last night and I started laughing. Okay? They're giving the lead to Trump in Georgia. They're giving the lead to Trump in North Carolina. And they're giving the lead to Trump in Arizona. Okay? They put Kamala leading in Nevada, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. Guess what happens if Kamala wins those states? She wins the election. So it seems fortuitous to me that the polling companies have her leading in the states that she has to win or else she'll lose. And Trump is leading in states that if he wins or loses, he won those states anyway. So if you're following what I'm saying, is that they're setting it up to look like Kamala was going to win those states, so the election was fair because polling said she was going to win those anyway, so it doesn't differ from polling. And they're not real numbers, folks. They're cheating, okay? They're not. We got experience in this at this point. We've seen it all. And we see the tricks they're playing. They're going to have a difficult time cheating enough to win this time. They don't have a pandemic to fall back on. Now, I can't say how things would be if a nuclear explosion goes off in New York City. That would certainly cause the entire country to lock down. And who knows if they're going to declare emergency powers, which negates the Constitution. They could even bypass the election if they wanted to, if it had to do with national interest, with emergency powers. So I hope nothing like that happens. But I would not put anything past these people, and would not put it past our adversaries. Which, by the way, I want to speak about that. The Springfield, Ohio bomb threats that have been getting called in now, confirmed, not by angry Trump supporters and conservatives, but by foreign entities, foreign states overseas that have an interest in Trump not winning the election, have been making bomb threats and creating these problems. And so the media will do what they're doing now, falling for it and promoting anti-Trumpism. So the media is getting played by these people interfering in our elections, and the media is a very willing participant to interfere in our elections. And this is where we are right now. So they're trying to discredit Trump with the assassination attempt, saying that it wasn't really an assassination attempt. You know, like the friggin' guy camped out by palm trees for 12 hours because he's carving his girlfriend's name in the tree. He just happens to have his rifle bullet plate armor, and he had a GoPro, all to just carve his girlfriend's name, or whatever the hell reason you want to come up with that isn't a shooting. I'm being sarcastic, of course, so don't spread any false rumors that the guy was carving his girlfriend's name in a palm tree. I'm just being facetious, okay? So it's obvious why he was there, okay? He wasn't there to get Trump's autograph, and I guess is my point. And oh, Mr. President, I love you so much. Can you sign my Chinese-made SKS? I don't think that's what happened, okay? Can you sign my body armor? So the media is trying to play that game, and a lot of people aren't falling for it. Now, a lot of people have pumpkins out, and 85 degrees today. It is warm. Pumpkins are not doing well right now. So the other thing I wanted to talk about is the stock market. Stock market surging right now. It set a record high today, and of course the Democrats are using it as a "see, we told you so." But just because the stock market's doing good doesn't mean there's jobs. It doesn't mean people can afford to eat all of a sudden. The media is just looking for any kind of good news financially and economically, and people still know what they're paying when they shop for food. And there isn't enough time between now and the election to fix that. So anyway, so those are the kind of things I'm talking about today. And I want to thank you for walking with me, for one thing. I hope you enjoy my bantering. And I don't know what to make out of a lot of this, you know. It's I've never experienced anything like this before in politics, and you haven't either. So this is all new ground to me. From what I've looked at, it looks like Trump is going up in the polls among independents by a big number, a big margin. And this assassination attempt is going to push more of them towards Trump. And I think the media knows that. That's why they're trying to discredit it as being an assassination attempt. And it's just some nut that had a gun nearby, is how they're trying to pass it off. So that's neither here nor there. Kamala's doing more interviews. And they wanted to do a sit on her and hide her away as much as possible. But they're not able to do that. And you know why they're not able to do that, because they've noticed the same thing I've noticed, that she's not winning. So the media is telling people she's winning, but she's not. And that's just the truth of it. They did that in 2016. They did that in 2020, and I still maintain that Trump won the election in 2020 also. I'm entitled to an opinion. Nobody's going to take that from me through threats of whatever they want to threaten me with. They can put all the Wikipedia notes underneath my video here on YouTube that they want to. It's not going to change the fact that that's what I believe. So, now, Jason, the friggin' Hildebeest came out, Hillary Clinton, alright, the friggin' Hildebeest, she came out saying that the media needs to stay focused and demonize Donald Trump. Despite the 2 assassination attempts, the media needs to do their job, is what she was saying. And point out rightfully how radical and destructive that Donald Trump will be to this country if he wins. So she didn't even wait. She just came right out, laid it right out like that. And the whole internet world is talking about her. She's an absolutely horrible human being. And if we had any kind of media in the world at all, she would have been chastised for that to the point where she'd have to hide in her own damn house. But they're not going to do that. The media is trying to blame Trump's own rhetoric for what happened. And, you know, just when you thought they couldn't get any lower, and it's for the reason, like I said, the election's coming soon. And I think most people understand that they have used rhetoric about Trump that led to these assassination attempts, because, like the Trumps have been saying, nobody's trying to kill Kamala Harris. They're trying to kill Trump. Why is that? Why does it go one way all the time? It always goes one way. I hope nobody does anything to Kamala. I'm not hoping for anything. I'm just saying that the rhetoric that they use is coming one way. Republicans aren't doing that. Now, Trump has said that Kamala is a danger to democracy and a threat to democracy and fairness, but it's not with the same tone. He's not talking about Kamala committing bloodbaths and all this other garbage, you know? I mean, this stuff has all been over-the-top propaganda that's very dangerous to people that love this country. I'm very angry with them. I'm angry with the media, and I'm angry with the Kamala campaign. There's the Vietnam veteran across the street, blowing his leaves. Nice guy. And we got a beautiful sky out here today, as you can see. Gorgeous day. Kids are getting dropped off from school. Life is good. And I am wet with sweat already. Little bugs. Not too many of these days left, so I'm going to enjoy it. And so on that, you know, they come out, and Hillary came out and said that stuff. Inexcusable. Just unbelievably ridiculous. They're in their bubble, and, you know, it's going to piss off independents. I know it will. From the rhetoric I've seen online, they're just scooting independents that are tired of this bullshit over to Trump. Because a new poll just came out today, 58% of the country believes Kamala Harris is more of the same of what's there. Because that's where she came from. She's there now. She's the vice president. And these policies are hers that have angered everybody and ruined people financially through incompetence. So that's, you know, people understand that she's an incumbent. So there's that. Looks like they finally finished paving this road behind me. Whew. It's hot today. Bugs and it's hot. You start sweating and the bugs follow you because I guess they can tell you get the sweat and the salt and they want to eat my sweat. Disgusting. So what else do I got today? What do I have today? Well, I just really think it's comical that Biden, Harris, and everybody else is issuing these statements about, you know, we can't have this violence in our politics. And, you know, they did that for 2 weeks after the first assassination attempt, and then they went right back to it. And, you know, they're going to do it again. I don't think they'll stop. And I don't honestly believe this is going to be the last assassination attempt on Trump, and it really bothers me because eventually they're going to succeed. So, you know, something has to change. Either the Secret Service really has to buckle down and do more with a bigger team. This is a national election. This is very important. So there will be a lot of backlash for the Democrats if Trump gets assassinated, because they know they're responsible for it. And the people will know that too. And, you know, you're going to have a lot of people hit the streets in anger, and their anger will be justified. Hopefully there's no violence. And this is a powder keg. It's potential to have really bad consequences for their actions. And you know, I don't know about you, but if I'm an elected Democrat, I don't want a mob of 30,000 people at your front door trying to get you. I would not want that. So, you know, this has to be dealt with now. We need a responsible media to respond to this. And they're already today blaming Trump with his own rhetoric, so we can forget about that. So nothing's going to change. After today, they'll be talking about P. Diddy 24 hours a day, and they're going to try some way to associate Trump with him. Sure of that. And predictable. So that's the mess we have right now. And I'm going to flip the camera back around. Sure you're sick of seeing my mug. And so these are the kind of things we're dealing with at the moment. Freaking outrageous what's going on. These freaking people. You know what's really funny is you see that sign that says Harris Walls. I saw one where somebody spray painted the H to look like a B, and they changed the W to a B, so it said Harry Balls. Not the H to a B, but the S to a Y. So instead of Harris, it looked like Harry. Harry Balls. It's actually a t-shirt. I saw somebody selling them online. I hope they sell 1 million of them. So basically, at the end of the day, the reality is setting in that Kamala's a terrible candidate that they're stuck with. They're trying their best to make her into another Obama. It's not working. She's not separating Trump in the rearview mirror. And Trump always underpolls and underperforms. And there's actually some polls that have Trump ahead, so by a point or two. So if you add the usual 5-point spread that they undersample Trump, he's actually 6 or 7 points ahead, which is a very big lead. You're not going to see that when you open the news app on your phone. But, you know, I'm not going to lie to you either. Trump did not have a good debate, but I don't really think it affected anything more than 1 point, and that's only temporary also. Because Kamala's more the same of what you have in the White House. So we'll head on down this way. I was going to take more of a city route today, but I didn't feel like dealing with traffic, intersections, and I just want to walk in peace and quiet. Excuse me. So right now, to be honest with you, I think Trump's going to go up in the polls between now and the election. And I think Kamala is going to dip, especially if they have another debate. She's going to be arrogant in the next debate. Trump needs to control his friggin' crap, okay? It's like, come on, you know? Her tactic is to get under your skin. That's what she's going to do. So just ignore it. When they start doing that, just have something else to say. You know, he could do something like, if she tries to say something about him, you know, with the bloodbath and that other junk, he should just stop and look at the camera at home and say, see, this is the kind of stuff they've been saying that almost got me killed, and they obviously don't care because they're still doing it. I think that would be really effective. Say it nice and calm, because the people at home would know it's true. He can say this stuff is easily debunked on the internet. Just do your search. They're spreading lies and division, and they want to create chaos, and they want me to get killed. Why not just be honest about it? Because that's what they're doing. You don't think Kamala Harris hopes Trump's taken out? Of course she does. Of course she does. She doesn't care about Donald Trump or his life. None of these people do. They would dance a friggin' jig in private and then come out wiping a tear, a fake tear, like friggin' Bill Clinton used to do, walking through Arlington. I'll never forget that clip. Bill Clinton walking through Arlington, making a joke with one of the people there with him. Then as soon as he sees the cameras on him, he instantly starts wiping a fake tear from his eye. So fraudulently phony. And Kamala's the same thing. You know, she'll be Joe Biden on freaking steroids. I sincerely hope independent America does not fall for this. If Trump just runs on the issues, he'll win. Period. Let them do all the insulting and the rock throwing. Because no matter who you are, you look bad doing that. The only time you look good doing that is when you get a response back. So don't do that. Don't give them that, Mr. Trump. So a couple times yesterday, because we have a Trump flag out and the neighbors have Trump stuff out. People have been going by honking their horn after the assassination attempt. So that's good to see. So that's good to see. Kids getting let off here. School bus. All right. Whew, sure is warm today. All right. So we'll continue on with this election and see what happens. I don't like a lot of what I'm seeing, and I don't like to see candidates like Kamala openly call for policing misinformation on the internet. She actually suggested that people should be charged with crimes for exercising free speech. If that doesn't scare the crap out of you, then I don't know what will. This friggin' lunatic cannot have the power of the presidency, okay? She just can't. So there's some more leaves turning more red. We'll see how that other tree up the road's doing. Pretty cool. Love this time of year. Does not feel like a fall day today. It does not. It feels like a day in August. Not complaining about it. Anytime you can walk in just a t-shirt, it's fine. Or shorts, or what have you. Smell some more cat urine here. Must be a cat that frequently sprays their territory. Very pungent smell. So this guy, Ryan Routh, definitely confirmed as a mercenary in Ukraine, training Ukraine new recruits, recruiting new people and then bringing them to Ukraine. Now, he only gets $3,000 a month as an income reported in court, and he has an asset of a pickup truck beat to hell worth $1,000, and he lives in Hawaii. So he's flying around the world, flying to Florida, doing this. I don't even know how you would get that rifle in Florida. I doubt that he flew with it from Hawaii. So this is all stuff we need to find out. I was just filming the ground, sorry about that. So this is all stuff we need to find out. How this guy that seemingly has no money has money. And a lot of people were spreading some stuff on the internet. I'm not going to put much validity in it, although it is believable that a lot of our tax dollars we sent to Ukraine is ending up funding these people going out recruiting people, because they have a shortage of soldiers and they need people to fight. So this guy, that's what he was doing. So more than likely he was being paid, probably has an encrypted account somewhere, probably with cryptocurrency, Bitcoin or some other currency, and that's untraceable, really. It's like a Swiss bank account. It's anonymous and private, and so who knows what he has for money in there. He's obviously flying around the world and stuff, and flying from Hawaii to Florida, you know, that's $1,500, $2,000 ticket. And you're telling me he's doing that with $3,000 a month income, and he lives in Hawaii? I don't believe that for 2 seconds. I don't think anybody does either. So there's definitely stuff we don't know yet. And I'm not going to spread false rumor, but it is pretty suspicious that he was a merc for hire, mercenary, and he's been in Ukraine, so he's been overseas. He's recruited people to go there, brought them with him. So this is obviously being funded by somebody. Probably American tax dollars that we sent to Ukraine. And that really burns my biscuits. Trump wants to end the war in Ukraine. The media has been pushing that Trump is a Putin asset, okay? A Putin puppet. And this guy probably realizes Trump has a legit shot at winning this election. And he decided to change the outcome and disenfranchise voters by killing Trump. Effectively not giving a win to Putin in his mind, because of the media, okay? The media rhetoric. So these people are ridiculous. I hate the media. I hate all of them. They are no longer respected. They are enemies of our country. Period. They're the enemies of the people. There's nothing they can do at this point to reconcile either. And if Trump would have been killed, well, I feel sorry for them, because they would have been held accountable by voters, the media people. They should be very worried for doing something so heinous and so stupid. And the old saying of you reap what you sow, well, I don't think there's enough help they could get from 911 to help them. I'll just put it that way. And I don't say things like that lightly. I'm not encouraging it. I absolutely do not encourage violence at all. Okay? Not at all. And I found a chute cycle jug that I'm going to carry home. That's in a recycle bin. And we got this tree here turning a little bit more, but not quite yet. This tree is going to be all red, orange, and yellows on fire. It's one of the best trees in the neighborhood.
Bond's flyer. That is
So I just picked in the trash for a jug to shoot. We'll shoot it and re-trash it. We just hit 3.5 miles. Looks like another 5.5 mile day. I altered my route a little bit from the basic 5 to add an extra distance on it. I'm pretty soaked with sweat right now. Feel better than I did yesterday. Yesterday's walk I was a little flat. Today I feel much better. Got a little more sleep too. So maybe that was the deal. I don't know. Definitely warmer today than it was yesterday, and yesterday was hot. Today's hot. So Trump has 3 events this week. He's got a town hall, which I think he's doing tonight, if I'm not mistaken, with Sean Hannity. And he's got a couple of rallies this week into the weekend. So I think it's a good thing they have the bulletproof shielding for the outdoor rallies. I think he'll be safe with that. The other thing I like in Florida, in case you haven't noticed in the media, I don't know what you get from media, but Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida, is backing up the investigation that's happening for the second assassination attempt. And he's using his people to make sure that it is done fairly, properly, and transparently with no bullshit by our agencies, because nobody trusts them. So I thought that was a good headline yesterday. There's that Corvette that never goes anywhere. Keeps working on it though. Eventually that'll go. It'll go somewhere. It's in the early 90s, so chances are there might be a part he needs he can't find. It's just around here. There we are. And we got the chute cycling jug. Face is wet with sweat. People have their AC on today. I got a feeling I'll be putting that on when I get home too. I'm definitely warm today. I have it on upstairs, but I might actually put it on downstairs too. Till the sun goes down anyway. I don't like the stuff that's happening. I really don't. Pray for Mr. Trump. That's all I'm saying. Pray for Donald Trump. I think a lot of this at the end of the day is going to help him in the polls. The sympathy vote from independents. Simply because they're trying to kill Trump and not her. And so it's kind of like one of those things where, well, Trump must be the guy. They want him gone. So I don't know how that's going to work out. I don't even know how you poll for that. I did run into somebody online that said for the first time in their life, they were actually polled. You know how you always see things, you know, like, oh, these poll numbers, nobody ever polled me. Well, now, people that are Trump supporters are starting to get phone calls. And because I think they're realizing that their models that they're currently using are inaccurate because Trump voters aren't talking to these people. Now, if I knew it was a polling company when they called, I would answer it and talk to them. But I have my phone set where, you know, people that I don't recognize, it goes straight to answering, or it rings and then goes to answering. And if it's important, I'll call somebody back because they'll leave a message. So there's so many spam solicitors now that, you know, your phone will ring all damn day long. So, and I'm even registered with a national do not call list. Doesn't seem to matter. Switch hands. So anyway, hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a good week. And you know, I hope we can get to the election without somebody getting killed. You know? At this point, it would not surprise me if when I get home, I hear on the news that President Trump's been killed. You know? And I'm telling you right now, it's not going to sit well with me. And it's not going to sit well with millions of Americans. And they're not going to get away with this. So, we're in uncharted territory. We are in the territory now where we are so divided that we could literally have civil war. I really believe that. And it's unfortunate. You know, I'm too old to participate in it. I'm not running around in the damn woods anytime soon with a firearm to do weird things. So I'm not encouraging any violence at all, okay? I'm just saying other countries have had civil wars for less than what's going on here. Sometimes an assassination sparks a revolution. We don't want that. This country is still young, and we're being tested. And and we need to pass this test. We need to make sure there is no violence. Doesn't mean there isn't going to be any. That's, I guess, is what I'm saying. I pretty much think it's guaranteed there would be. I'm just not promoting violence. So a lot of these younger people are going to go off half-cocked and do stupid things, and you know, it's not going to be good. And the DOJ has already announced that any shenanigans that erupt because of an election dispute, they're going to be prosecuted for domestic terrorism. They've already announced it. So it's going to get ugly, because people aren't going to allow themselves to be arrested. Okay? Now, 2020, people rioted at the Capitol, walked inside, took pictures, and went home, and now they know that if they do that, they're going to get charged. So now people are going to cover their face, they're going to be incognito, and they're not going to be taking pictures. They're going to be doing something worse, because they're going to be like, hey, we're here, and if I'm going to be here, they're not going to come get me later because they took pictures. They're going to come get me because it's actually something worth getting me for. So you might have people that think like that, and it's very dangerous. And again, I hope that never happens. But people are pissed off. I'm extremely angry. I'm very pissed off at this whole thing, because I know who caused it and I know what they're doing. Hillary knew exactly what she was doing yesterday when she issued that statement on TV. She knew what she was doing. She's a friggin' evil woman, man. The friggin' Hildebeest. To think we almost had her as president boggles the mind. Because, you know, I've said this on my walks before. We would have went from Obama to Hillary. Hillary would have been president during the pandemic. Chances are she would have been re-elected through cheating like they did the last time. And she would be our president right now. And there would be no Donald Trump. So, I'm telling you right now, thank your lucky stars, and thank President Trump for throwing his hat in the ring and going to war for us in the first place, because look what they've done to him. This guy put his life on the line for us. That will not be forgotten, regardless of whatever happens. That man has my loyal support until death, either of his or of mine. And hopefully mine's not until I'm in my 80s. So anyway, we're going to take a turn around the corner here. Go back on regular stream. Like this. Go down this way, away from the traffic. So this is crazy stuff going on right now, folks. I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm pretty sure I know how you feel about it. It's in the category of how can you not feel like that about it. Pretty sky. Not as nice as the other day, but I'll take it. So we'll trek on through the rest of this walk. Cut across over here. Hopefully I won't get hit. Whew. Go across the street. Go across the street today. Oi, oi, oi. Oh, at least there's a light breeze today. It's not helping much, but it's better than nothing. Whew. Tough walking today because of the heat. I don't know how you guys do it in Florida. Or Arizona. I would be doing my walking at night all the time, which is probably what you guys do. Ooh, this feels like July, August. Yep. Which is why most of summer I walked at night. So I didn't think it was going to be this hot today, but I'm stuck in it. I'm guessing it's about 86. That's what we were supposed to get today. Now, if you're in Florida, you're probably laughing at that. Oh, that's a nice day. Yeah, well, I'm in Maine. That's a hot day here. And I am sweating profusely. More than usual. Hey, squirrel. Oh, look. Hi. I didn't mean to bother you. There he goes. He's gonna go up a tree. I didn't mean to spook you. I had him cornered on the steps there. I surprised him. For her. I'm getting sweat in my eyeball right now. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Hate that. Oh my God, that burns. Both eyeballs. I got sweat in my eyeballs. I'm doomed. Oh. I'm blind. Oh, there we go. Tearing up, it's washing my eyeballs. There we go. Thank God for natural defenses. See? See, my eyeballs, they're all red and watery now. I even have a dog that wants to kill me. Vicious. My doggy friend out here today. Nope. I hear him barking inside. Well, we'll get this walk over with today. Thanks. It's another day where I'll be happy when this walk's over with. Not because of how I feel, but because it's hot. Now I'm getting thirsty. Lucky Cuts Barbershop. Yeah, so that's what I noticed about the polling, what I was touching on earlier. It just mathematically doesn't make sense, the narrative they're trying to push. Because if Kamala was setting the world afire with the polling, it would be nationwide in every state. And that's just not the case. So we just hit 5 miles. We'll walk a little further up here on video and then I'll turn it off and finish my walk. I like to stay around the 5-mile mark, hour and 20 minutes or so. Corner at least. Also run out of things to say after a while. So, with that, I want to thank you for walking with me, first of all. Click like and subscribe. Let me flip this around. Click like and subscribe. Share the content. And, you know, if you go out when you're going to go shooting and you pick up pew-pew jugs like this, let me know about that if you do that. But anyway, thank you very much for watching and walking with me. And I hope you're getting out and staying fit, especially if you're over 50. And until the next walk, friends, God bless you and your family. And stay safe. And we'll see you on the next walk. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you for walking with me. Ciao.